like golden. Yeah, we're golden. We're golden. Yeah, about to see it shine. We're golden. If you stand out, we're golden. Yeah, about to see it glow. We're golden.
Gilbert Burns did his thing. Gilbert Burns, like I said in my other video when I made about this fight, Gilbert had to test that chin. He tested that chin. He cracked him. He hurt him hard in that second round. He dropped him. I don't know why they didn't put that in the statistics after the fight. But that was a knockdown. That was clearly a knockdown. He landed a strike. Khamzat dropped. Khamzat even said it in the interview. He said, yeah, he dropped him. But they didn't put it up there. That's something shady with the UFC. That's something shady with the statistics. But overall, you know, good fight. That's fight of the year candidate right there. And it's only April, and we still got a long ways to go as far as these fights. But overall, good fight. Khamzat did show he was a good, real deal. He showed how good he was. However, there are some holes in his game. His striking, his stand-up is a little sloppy. It's sloppy. It's not as crisp as we thought it was. Alexander Gustafsson said his hands are better. Everybody in his gym said that his hands was better than his wrestling. However, he didn't use as much wrestling in his fight. However, besides defense, when Gilbert Burns had shot for a takedown, but he wasn't as offensive as a grappler as I thought he was going to be in this fight. He didn't test that grappling out. He was striking. Overall, he did good on the stand-up. He landed a jab in the first round, right cross jab in the first round to drop Gilbert Burns. And he had his moments. Gilbert Burns most definitely had his moments. He had plenty of moments in that fight. However, you know, like I said before, Khamzat's stand-up is a little questionable. Now, I wonder how would he do against Kamaru Usman. I think he gets knocked out. If that same striking he brought against Gilbert Burns, I think he gets knocked out by Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman will sleep him. He will sleep when he's not ready. Unless he uses wrestling. But he didn't use any wrestling. He didn't use as much of wrestling of anything. He's good, but he definitely showed a lot of vulnerabilities in that fight. Also, his conditioning. You know, his conditioning, that might be a question, but also Burns wasn't really pushing the pace like that either. You know, but how will he do against Colby Covington, who's a high-paced fighter, who's going to push that pace? Especially if this is a 5-round fight. They're talking about Colby versus Khamzat at ABC Fight Night. How would that play out? How would that play out with both of them in a 5-round main event? Khamzat has never been in a 5-round. He saw 3 rounds. Now, what would it be like with 5 rounds when Colby's still coming in your face? And Colby has a chin. Colby is tough. Colby has good striking and good wrestling defense. Question is, how would that matchup play out? I think Colby has the edge over him too. Reasons being because it's not about how strong you are. It's not about how hard you hit at times. It's that IQ. It's that fight IQ. And I think Colby Covington is probably one of the most intelligent fighters in there, even though he don't fight against everybody that I would like for him to see fight. I know where his skills lie. He's very intelligent. He knows when to pick his shots. Now he knows when to take that chance, take that chance. He knows when to change level, shoot. But overall, he's a very calculated, very aggressive fighter. Now I think that matchup will be well. I think Colby could push the pace on him too. It's not like I'm bashing Khamzat, but Khamzat definitely showed me a lot of vulnerabilities in that fight. And he showed me a lot of vulnerabilities that he'll have to work on. And based off of what I saw, if that Khamzat was to show up against Kamaru Usman or even a Colby Covington, I don't think he would win. I don't think he would win. He showed a lot of vulnerabilities. And then people talking about pillow hands, Colby. You guys do know that Colby take off percentages off his shots, right? When he throw his shots, he take off probably, when he throw his shots, he probably throw at probably 65%. Some shots land harder than others. but he don't put a whole lot of power in his shots. He just touch you, touch. That's all he does. He touch you. But you know, that's a matchup to see. But overall, Khamzat did a good job. He is a real deal. He just showed a lot of vulnerabilities in that fight. But let's not forget, he's 27 years old. He's doing his thing. He's winning. You know, he's just enjoying the life of being a fighter. He hasn't been tested before in his first 4 fights in the UFC. So right then and there, that, you know, of course he's gonna have this arrogance, this untouchable persona, because if you've been in 4 fights and you only been hit twice out of those 4 fights, finish every fight in the first round, of course you're gonna be a little arrogant. Of course you're gonna be cocky as well. It's natural. That's like me being a millionaire. Of course I can think I'm gonna be able to buy everything because I'm rich as fuck. That is life. You know, so he's gonna have that arrogance. Until I go bankrupt, that's when I have some humility, or I lose half my money. But other than that, of course he's going to have that same confidence. Of course he's going to be aggressive. Of course he's going to be untouchable. That's natural. That's a natural trait. But he really showed some humility against Gilbert Burns, and I can't wait to see his next fight.